That's my good.
Welcome to the Ballistic Missionaries! I'm Matilda the Han!
Happy Rusev Day.
You're not going to do the accent?
Happy Rusev Day.
Much better.
You all.
Welcome to the Ballistic Missionaries! Happy Halloween! It's the best holiday of the year. So, as you can see, well, Dan tried.
I tried. You're the one who put this on. What are you talking about? One of the guys is like, what are you doing? What are you doing to my father? That's not my father.
So, anyway, I'm a big D. Booer fan. So, lots of love, D. And for all of you Matilda the Hun fans out there, rah! Look at them guns. Rah! I don't have any fake meat to try to eat on camera, unfortunately.
No. We should have got you like Slim Jim or something.
Yeah.
Some sort of turkey.
Well, it would have been something. Okay. All right. I gotta put my glasses on, sadly, because I can't see anything. I need to get contacts. Oh, there we go. All right, that's better. It kind of destroys the makeup effect, but. All right, so we got lots to cover today, and we are very early because trick or treat is tonight at 6, and we have to eat dinner, and we have to go out and fix some stuff because we've been having windstorms lately, so a bunch of stuff is knocked over.
We're kind of holding off as long as we can and hope that the wind will die down.
Yeah, we hope so. All right, so let's get started. So last Saturday, we had Halloween Havoc on NXT.
Overall, it was
fine.
It was fine. Like, some couple of one or two big things happened, but all in all, it felt like something they put on Tuesday night as like a special.
Yeah, they could have done that.
Yeah,
and it was good. It was a good episode of NXT, but it was a lacking PLE.
Yeah.
Vic Joseph showed up dressed as Matthew Lesko for all of you 90s kids out there, if you remember the Matthew Lesko commercials. And Mike Rome, the announcer, was dressed up as Art the Clown, graduated from business school.
Yes. Was he Matthew Lesko or was he the Riddler? I just said Matthew Lesko.
It could have been the Riddler. It probably actually was the Riddler.
Yeah, I don't think this guy has no idea who Matthew Lesko is, but
like nobody watching this probably remembers the Matthew Lesko commercials. It's okay. It's for the best. All right. So the opening match was really fun. It was Javon Evans of NXT and Leon Slater of TNA. He's in TNA, right?
Yes, he's in TNA. He's division champion.
That's right. Thank you. Up against La Parca, whose entrance was fire. I mean, he always looks good. He's a skeleton guy, so he had to go on.
Priest.
Yeah. He looked pretty cool. And, of course, everyone's favorite, one of my favorites, Mr. Iguana and La Yesca. Yes. So that was a really fun match. It was really enjoyable. It was a nice start. Yeah, we do love the El Divinito. But it was funny. La Yesca was kicking some butt. He was biting everybody.
It was a perfectly good opening match.
It was
an old school opening match, like say like WrestleMania or something like that, when the Bushwhackers would take on the Rougeos. And so they get the crowd going. It was perfectly fine. Yeah. I think we read a couple of reviews that gave it a low score, but I was like, I think these days people
did what it was supposed to do, and yes, people are spoiled.
I think these days people are spoiled because a lot of times now they'll open up like major WWE pay-per-views that they have 2 world titles with like either like a major men's world title or a major women's world title or a huge grudge match featuring their top talent. And this was just like, your mid to lower card guys going out and trying to get the crowd going.
Yeah.
Closer to an old school, it's closer to an old school opening match.
Yeah, and you know what? They did that, and I keep using this word, fun. Yeah. But it was fun. It was a fun match. It was lighthearted. It was friendly.
There was nothing at stake.
No, there was nothing at stake.
It
was well done, too.
It wasn't a bad thing.
No, definitely not. It doesn't always have to be, balls to the wall, title matches and shit, and I have to say, so Javon Evans and Leon Slater won, and I have to say, I could see Javon Evans if he wanted to go move into AAA. I think he would be really good at it. The boy is bouncy.
Yeah.
All right. So we're trying to. All right. Then we had a Day of the Dead match for the North American Championship. Ethan Page versus El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr.
Yeah.
Or to say it another way,
Son of
Dr. Wagner III.
Yeah. Which seems to be the simpler way.
Yes, yes.
But I think I guess always the way it's done in Mexican wrestling is a lot more dramatic.
Well, let's say that. That was a pretty good match. Ethan Page won. He retained the title.
I guess the part was like they tried to rip off half of his mask or something like that.
Yeah, like I've said it before in the show, I do not enjoy it when non-luchadors try to rip off the masks of luchadors, and I know that they, talk about this behind the scenes, they agree to it, but it feels just uncomfortably sexual assaulty to me. I know it's not, but it makes me uncomfortable, and it also feels very disrespectful. And in this case, Ethan Page did actually rip off like the top half of his mask.
Yeah. I see where you're coming from. I kind of lean more towards like if Dr. Wagner, Dr. Wagner Jr. Agreed to this.
Absolutely.
And also the idea that Ethan Page is being a heel, he's getting booed for all the right reasons.
Yes.
Where like so many
unlike Josh Briggs.
Yeah, Josh Briggs gets his massive fuck off heat.
Yeah.
Like it's not even going, it's fuck off heat. Like
Yeah.
you're like, oh God, stop bringing him back. Like,
yeah, and I know, it's a personal hang up for me. It's a very personal hang up for me. And I know that they would have agreed to it. They, I think if Ethan Page or any wrestler, any American wrestler or Canadian wrestler went to like a luchador and tried to pull his mask off and the luchador was not cool with that, there'd be some fucking receipts going on. So I get that. I just don't like it. It's cringy.
I was coming back to like the whole hate like Josh Briggs. It's like I'm like Wheeler Yuta. I feel like Briggs kind of deserves it. It's like
I do not understand why people hate on Wheeler Yuta because he's actually a pretty good wrestler, despite the fact that he's always the one that takes the fall in the group. But Josh Briggs, God, he's terrible and he's annoying, and go away heat is deserved in that regard. All right, the Women's North American Championship. So Sol Ruca, unfortunately, who held both the Women's North American Championship and the Speed Championship, severely injured her knee a few weeks ago, and in order to keep her, she's willing to vacate the titles, but Zarya said, let me try to fight in your place and retain the title. Yeah. So Blake Monroe was the number one contender. So we had Blake Monroe versus Zarya to retain the North American Championship. Take it away, Rusev.
I thought genuinely, all in all, it was a good match.
It was a good match. There was a lot of storytelling elements, I think, with Zarya and Sol Ruca.
Yeah. I for the most part, I guess I just don't necessarily want to see him getting broken up.
I don't want to see that either.
But I feel like the injury thing is now going to push either Sol Ruca out for some, indeterminate amount of time. And I guess they're going to turn. It seems unclear who's going to be turned heel and who's going to be turned.
Yeah.
Who's going to maintain the face thing? The obvious one would be Sol.
Sol would be face and Zarya would be heel, but
because I feel like Zarya can handle either. I mean, she kind of came in initially on like sort of a quasi monster heel vibe, and I feel
she's a little bit of a gray face.
Yeah. Whereas Sol Ruca, like I think
she's just been baby face.
She's so white meat baby face, and maybe the heel thing would be good for her because I feel like her. I think she's one of the biggest in-ring talents.
She is, It would be neat to give her a challenge like that.
She would be the NXT Women's Division equivalent of like Javon happens, I think, in ring talent wise. But on the mic, she's okay. She's not bad,
She's not bad.
but I think she's got a long way to go.
Yeah.
I think giving her titles to work with has been a good thing. I think putting her with Zarya has been a good thing.
It has been. I've really enjoyed their tag teaming.
But again, we shall see. I'm reserving judgment until more has unfolded.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, Blake Monroe beat Zarya and took the title. And then, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like that was just a matter of time.
It was a matter of time before they stuck a belt on her. Yeah. And then, on NXT, Sol Rica decided that she was going to give up her Speed Championship, for number one contender, well, not, for the,
basically, I guess to be solved in a tournament like
that.
Thank somewhere down the line. They were trying to finish out the men's thing first, and I guess they go back into the whole women's one. I would say like so far they're doing all right with the Speed Championship deals. So far, I'm fine with it. It's not like the highlight for me, but I feel like it's being done well for the most part.
Yeah, and I like that they've moved it off of X, Twitter.
Yeah.
And now it's like a part of the normal show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. All right, then there is the Women's Championship held by JC Jane, and Tatum Paxley won the tournament to be the number one contender.
Yes. This is the one that surprised me the most.
Yeah.
Honestly, I fully and utterly expected Paxley to get beat. Not that they beat hard, I think she might have, but I think in the last week or two they were starting building her up that she could be a threat, but I never thought she was going to win the belt.
And she did. It was a shock.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope this means now that they'll move JC Jane up and start actually paying attention to Tatum Paxley more.
Why do you break up Fatal Influence?
Well, actually, that's a good question. I keep forgetting that Lainey Reed is there now.
Yeah.
I have disliked not Tatum Paxley, Fallon Henley. Thank you. I have disliked Fallon Henley for a long time. That whole faction was terrible. I'm sorry. All three of them were terrible.
Well,
and no, the original faction with her and Josh Briggs and the guy with the terrible hair. Briggs and Stratton. Briggs and whatever the faction was, they were terrible. All three of them were terrible. Fatal Influence was kind of terrible, except for the fact that JC Jane was the head of it. But now they've gotten rid of, Jasmine Nix has left, and Lainey Reed has stepped into the third position. Brooks and Jensen, I always called them, or Briggs and Jensen. Yeah. I always called the Briggs and Stratton like the lawnmower engines because I couldn't remember the dude's name. Anyway, so Lainey Reed is there now. She has a lot of potential. And I keep forgetting that she's there now because when I said that, I was thinking Fatal Influence is pretty much only JC Jane and two other people that suck, but I can't say that anymore because Lainey Reed is actually pretty good, so maybe they won't move her up yet. Maybe we'll see where Fatal Influence goes from here.
This could be a second run with the belt for JC Jane.
Could be.
There's not a whole lot left for her to do there, though.
Yeah, I've been wanting to see JC Jane get moved to the main roster for a long time. Yeah, I don't know.
Will they move her up by herself, or they move her up with the rest of Fatal Influence?
That's a good question.
I feel like Fallon Henley is mid. That's the best way I can with that.
She's mediocre.
With the current quota, she's mid. She held the North American title once. It was a footnote. She is mid. I can't say she's awful. Nix was awful.
When she wrestled, she was awful. B-Fab is awful.
Yeah, B-Fab to me is
she's like the bottom of the barrel for women's performers. If you're worse than B-Fab, you need to go to law school or something.
Yeah, just kind of leave that
Yeah. I mean, in fact, if you are B-Fab, you should probably think about going to law school because you're just the worst.
Whatever you were thinking about doing before wrestling. Because it's not working.
No. Anyway. All right. NXT Tag Team title. And I don't remember when this happened, but the Hardy Boys held it. When did they get the titles?
I think they got off the last unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Dark State.
Okay,
Dark State
yeah.
won it back, and
Yeah, and we had the broken Hardys with the broken rules match.
it was good.
It was pretty good. It was
But-
pretty good because of the Hardys. Okay,
Yeah.
man, those two still have it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
They're both in their what, like late 40s.
Mid to late 40s. I want to say.
They still give a hell of a performance. I don't like Dark State.
Yeah,
Uh, I get nothing from them. They're mid. They're fine. Ugh.
it's hard for me to remember anybody outside of.
Well, there's Dion Lennox
And Osiris.
and Osiris and the white guy, and then the black guy who's basically Black Mark Briscoe, but not nearly as good.
Yeah.
They have no personality.
Yeah, the guy on the mic. He's got some personality, but I never remember his name.
Yeah.
There's not like, and then I guess the guy who's competing for the speed championship, he's not a member of Dark State. I always think he's a member of Dark State.
Who is that?
Josh something. I guess go to NXT.
Oh, the real big guy that took on.
Always wears chains.
Yeah. What the hell is his name?
He competed last NXT.
Oh, that's right. I didn't take notes for NXT. Okay. Dude, Troy Jasper.
Yeah, Troy Jasper.
Or Jasper Troy.
Jasper Troy. Jasper Troy.
Jasper Troy. He does seem like he should be in Dark State.
Yeah, but I don't.
See, I kind of like him better than I like the guys in Dark State, though. He has more potential, in my opinion.
But he's not as bad as Josh Briggs, but he's.
No.
Nah, for me, he does nothing for me.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll probably be the guy that they strap the speed championship. Why Devon Evans isn't being put in the speed championship? I don't know. Like,
I mean, come on, guys. It's obvious, right? Yeah. To put any title on him, even if it's the speed championship, he's amazing.
Yeah.
The kid's like 22 years old. He's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the last match was a match. It was the NXT Men's Championship. Ricky Saints versus Trick Williams.
One guy should be like, what's in there? Why is he still at NXT instead of the main roster? The other one you're questioning.
That's Trick Williams.
Yes. The other one you're questioning how we got to NXT at all. Like,
yeah. Ricky Saints is also mid.
He's a good.
He's lucky.
It's a good entrance theme, and then like this little whatever this hands in front of the face thing is supposed to be, and that's it. Like on the mic,
you can see him. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't. He's fine. He's getting a huge push that I'm sure other people in the company would do better with.
Yeah.
They came back on NXT and they were interrupting literally everything. Like, the match wasn't that good to begin with, and now you guys are interrupting like better matches.
They're trying to build this feud up more than it can be.
Yeah.
And I want him to move on, but somebody else is NXT champion, either bring Femi back and take it. But that's the problem. There's nobody left for him to take on.
No.
I think you need to do somebody else besides Ricky Saints. Somebody else besides Trick Williams. There are plenty of guys on the roster I feel you can push at this point to be NXT champion.
Yeah. But they're sticking with Ricky Saints.
Yeah. I don't see what's there.
Well,
from the reaction of the audience, I don't think a lot of them see what's there either. So.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about, okay, so on NXT, the things that I do remember happening was Jason Jane is mad. Okay, so I'll start from the beginning here. Tatum Paxley wants to be a fighting champion, so she broke out the Halloween Havoc wheel, which we didn't have for Halloween Havoc, unfortunately. Which I actually kind of like that part.
Yeah.
And she put a bunch of women's names on it, and she spun the wheel to give somebody for her Open Championship a shot at the belt. Nice. And she held her own pretty well against Lola Vice, and then what was it? Trick Williams and what's his name came out, took over the ring, so it didn't end.
They were fighting across. Again, I feel like it
women's champion.
The women's champion.
Yes.
The women's division.
Yes, it does. I agree. It was some bullshit.
Also, they interfered in other matches.
Yeah, there were multiple other matches going on.
I wanted to feel like, oh, this is the main event. Like, no, it just feels like
two idiots who think that they're above everybody else in the division.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Who are also disrespecting the general manager, Ava, with their antics, quite frankly. But so JC Jane got mad because she didn't get the first title defense, which is traditional. So we'll see where that goes next week. I have a feeling that might be coming up next week. I don't remember anything else from NXT. What do you remember from NXT?
I think Darkseid made an appearance there. I remember the women's match again between there was some fight between them.
Yeah, I think they all came out and brouhaha.
Yeah, basically. I'm kind of tired with the whole.
I'm tired of Ricky once he started wrestling. All right. Kalani Jordan versus Jordan Grace for the TNA Knockouts World Championship.
Yeah, apparently during that there was an injury. Out.
No, but yeah. Okay, that's obnoxious. Oh, there we go. All right, so Kalani Jordan grabbed in another incident of interrupting the match. And, it's another women's match. Those two idiots came out. And during the distraction, if I remember correctly, they came out.
Yeah.
And during the distraction, Kalani Jordan grabbed the title belt and slammed it across the face of Jordan Grace a little bit too hard. She had a few injuries.
I don't think there was any purposeful.
No, I don't think there was any malice. I think it was just an accident. But she got. Yeah.
Then there was
Kendall Gray versus Kendall Gray is obviously the women. She came up. She's the Evolve champion. She retains. Yeah, that's another one. Lash Legend, do something with her. Put a belt on her. She's amazing. Move the main roster.
I feel like Lash Legend is on the same position that what's her name from Judgment Day. Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Is was that 6 months a year ago? Is that they have her here? She's definitely an asset. I definitely feel should be have a championship at some point. But I feel with NXT, the problem is you've got people that management and the writing staff want to push as their champions.
Mm-hmm. And then you have people who might not be the favorites.
With intent to move up the main roster.
Yes, and then you have people who might not be their favorites, but are phenomenal, and many of whom are very over, who they're just like, yep, that's nice. Just keep doing what you're doing. That's fine.
Yeah. I feel like they're spinning their wheels with Lash Legend.
Yeah, a little bit.
Where I feel like somebody like Blake Monroe is obviously getting like a 6 month of a year push in NXT before being thrown on the main roster sometime in April. I think by April of next year you'll see her on the main roster. In the women's, the NXT women's title, you've got, I guess at this point you've got Tatum Paxley there as the champion, but I don't know if she's going to be a transitional champion or somebody, either for somebody like Jordan Grace to take it, or again, Jordan Grace is another one I feel like by April of next year is going to get moved to the main roster, or at least the NXT champion.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
Again, you've got Lash Legend, you have plenty of titles on the NXT / lower circuit, either AAA or TNA or
Evolve
NXT, but you're doing absolutely nothing with her. I think like the problem, part of the problem too is like you have so much bleed between AAA, NXT, TNA, and Evolve intermingling with each other.
It's like they're trying to remind everybody, hey, look, we have all these companies.
Yeah.
Where it's just like the spectacle of moving people around, but not really advancing storylines, advancing like the title pictures in a lot of cases.
Again, these are all brands, with the exception of TNA is directly under the umbrella of WWE. So it feels very much like here's WWE cheering, WWE vanilla, WWE,
Yeah.
whatever. Like it's a bunch of different flavors, but nothing where the brands themselves are being developed as their own thing.
Yeah.
And as a consequence of that, good talent gets lost in the shuffle. I'm not saying AEW is guiltless of this because they have Ring of Honor as well.
But you wouldn't know it.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
And sometimes overlapping with other organizations, especially like in the case of like Mercedes Moné, where she has something like 11 or 12 different championships now.
72 belts, Monet strikes again. Yeah. I can't keep track.
There are only 2 belts, not 72 belts.
All right. So anyway, speaking of Jasper Troy versus Axiom for the Men's Speed Championship #1 contenders match. Doesn't say who won.
Oh, Jasper Troy won.
That's what I thought. I can't remember.
He won.
Hey, Axiom is still there.
Well, Axiom's on SmackDown technically, but I guess they brought him in to fill in rather than again developing in talent from. I'm not against an occasional guy coming up from NXT or coming down from NXT to from the big 2 brands down to NXT, but the downside of that is you're not developing NXT talent in house. Within a certain sort of semi-vacuum, again, so you don't have things that just don't feel as tight as they felt, say, 5-6 years earlier.
Yeah. Even like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But all right. So then Travion Heights versus Miles Bourne to finish it out. Yeah, it was fine. It's the whole like Ava. They both wanted to go up against somebody. And Ava was like, you're going to fight each other. And they're both mad at Ava. And it was a pretty good match.
Yeah. It was fine.
Yeah.
But again, also, that one got interfered with by Triple H.
That's right. It did get in. Yeah.
Again, pushing down talent because, like, again, it's the main event. And it's designed to get attention. But I don't care. It would mean something if it was something like, oh, it's Stone Cold and The Rock that are, fighting or Edge and John Cena, or better talent I knew. Again, one of them is a good talent, but I feel like he's like time for him to move on. The other one, I feel like time to go somewhere else. Like,
yeah. All right. Yeah, so that was NXT and Halloween Havoc. All right, as of SmackDown for last Friday, Tama Tonga and JC Mateo defeated Rey Fenix and Shinsuke Nakamura. It was kind of a thrown together match, but
that was fine.
Yeah, I'm glad Shinsuke Nakamura's back. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
The WWE Women's Championship was on the line. Tiffany Stratton versus Kiana James, hilariously.
I think it was to try and give Kiana James some sort of spotlight to see if
she's not PFAB, but she's not very good.
Yeah, it was a functional match.
It's fine.
It's the nicest thing I will say. It was a functional match. Did I care? No, because I felt like it was a foregone conclusion that Kiana James was not going to win the title. Or had any chance of showing up Tiffany Stratton at all.
No. I'm curious why Kiana James is still there, honestly. And why she got moved up to the main roster before people like JC Jane or Lash Legend. So anyway, they went after Tiffy after the bell. Jade Cargill came out to save her from Julia and Kiana. And then went after Tiffany herself. So we're thinking maybe heel turn for Jade.
It's probably a heel turn.
Probably.
I think at the same time, I don't care. Like I feel like WWE blew their wad on Jade Cargill. Like
They kind of did.
they brought her in and literally she has a decent presence, but in terms of being like in-ring talent or in-ring ability and ability on the mic is again the term we used a few times on the show so far today, mid. Like I feel if you want to do anything with Cargill, give her a secondary title to start things out. Build up, build something up, and then they bring
I
in.
mean, she's not bad. She's fine, but she's not a talent at the level that they're pushing her as.
Yeah.
She's fine.
She's not Tiffany Stratton. She's not on the level of say
Bianca, Naomi.
Rhea Ripley.
She's not a main eventer, I guess, is what we're trying to say.
I feel like she's going to make her give her the U.S. or Intercontinental title. I think she'll be just fine. I don't think she's world championship caliber.
Agreed. All right. So, Ilya Dragunov is back.
Yes.
God, it's been a really long time, but I'm glad to see he's back.
With him and his paper skin.
Yes. So Sami Zayn's last week, well, not last week, but the week before last week, Sami Zayn was doing his open challenges and dropped the title to Ilya Dragunov, who is now the newly crowned U.S. champ, who is continuing on the open challenges against Aleister Black for the U.S. title.
Black lost, but that was due to outside interference from
Damian Priest.
So I was a little disappointed personally. I'd rather have seen him lose cleanly to Dragunov, but I guess they're leaving that open so he could possibly be a contender for the U.S. title down the line, or possibly even a triple threat between Dragunov, Black, and Damian Priest.
So Zelina Vega and Aleister Black are teaming up. But the audience and the two of us happen to notice that the shtick they're using, well, in wrestling, the gimmick that they're using is an awful lot like the one that Karrion Kross and Scarlett used to use.
They still use.
They're still
using on the independent circuit.
Yeah, and the audience picked up on that, and they were none too happy about that.
No.
But Zelina Vega did actually do a little bit to a couple of wrestling moves. Scarlett interferes, but she doesn't usually like wrestle when she interferes. So I guess that's a difference. But it was awfully similar, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I'm not, and again, let's be honest. This is not something that Cross and Scarlett invented.
No, but it was like their gimmick.
Yeah, but the presentation that those two gave and the presentation that Black and Vega gave are extremely similar.
And the thing that kills me is like Aleister Black and Zelina Vega are both really good performers on their own. They don't need to copy other wrestlers.
And I don't think,
you know what I mean?
Honestly, I don't necessarily think it's copying. Like Damien, Aleister Black in and of himself is not necessarily changing all that much from what
well, just like they're dynamic in a lot of ways. It's very, very reminiscent.
And I don't blame them.
I don't blame them. I blame the higher ups for being like.
I feel that WWE, the optics of this look very much like WWE just said, like, well, we got rid of Cross and Scarlett, but there are figures saying that they still like that, but what are we gonna do? Hey, you two guys are married, right? Yeah. Like, how about we just throw you guys together? You guys do that similar. It looks like that.
It does.
Yeah. Be the truth of the situation, but it looks like that.
It does, yeah. So Damian Priest came out, created a distraction. Ilya Dragunov won and retained. It was a pretty good match. I want to see where they go forward with this.
Clean,
yeah, I would have rather that too.
Yeah,
Then Drew McIntyre and Jimmy Uso in a no disqualification match. Drew won. It was fine. They did a good job.
I think they're trying to push a story that's not there.
Yeah, they haven't really built up the story. They forgot about the story, but they have the matches instead. I don't know. So Cody Rhodes came down to help after Drew attacked Jimmy after the bell. It's to set up their match for Saturday night's main event, which we will get to after we talk about Raw. So Jimmy and CM Punk had dueling promos to open up the show. They're going up against each other on Saturday night's main event too. And then everybody, I have a note here. It says everybody in Judgment Day is apparently mad at Dom. I can't remember why. I didn't write that part down.
Yeah, basically.
Everybody's fairly annoyed with that.
Dom had interfered in their match where they lost the tag titles. Or he's the one that put the shooting his mouth off to the GM.
To put them in the match in the first, that's what it was.
Lost,
yeah.
And they're pissed off with him. And basically, he's also the fact that Dom is the only one left with gold.
He's friends with the Americanos.
Yeah, which that's a mess right there.
I don't know. But that feeds into our next thing. Rusev versus Penta, the number one contenders match. The number one contenders match for the IC championship. Ended in a DQ because, speaking of the Americanos, they showed up to mess with the match.
They are neither North American or from the United States or Mexico. They're both European.
There's three of them.
All three of them are European.
Two of them are from the UK, and one of them is from Austria.
Germany.
Oh, that's right. He's from Germany. Gunther's the one from Austria. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so at the end, there was a weird thing with Rusev. So we're trying to figure out, are they friends with Rusev? Did they come to help him? Is this some kind of a partnership they've got going on? Or did Dom call them to come in to mess with Penta? We don't know. It was confusing. It was a DQ. Whatever. Nikki Bella versus Roxanne Perez. Perez won. I have a note. It just says, it's just 2 lines of because it was terrible. It was really terrible. Roxanne, the only reason that it was a functional match was because Roxanne Perez is a badass and she's good at what she does. The wind's blowing our decorations out on the porch if you hear the banging. It was stupid. Nikki Bella needs to go away. She's the worst.
You loved her so much.
Don't even joke about it. It's not even funny. I will stop watching WWE if they do that. Braun Breaker versus LA Knight for a reason. That's the next match.
Yeah, okay.
Braun Breaker won. They're building him up. They're going to be doing shit with him.
I feel bad for Knight in a way.
Yeah, I do too.
Like I really want to see him with at least one of the primary titles. But they seem trying not to do that. Every time they're like, okay, moving over to Raw. Okay, we're just gonna have him get close, but not quite there.
They've been doing that pretty much his entire solo run. In the company, quite frankly.
And I thought it was quite good.
Yeah, it was like they did that for years, and then it was like, oh, he has the U.S. title. Okay, that's great. Now we're going to go back and do what we did before he won the title, where it's like, we're going to get him close, but he's not going to get there. Like, guys, come on.
Yeah. And then
JD McDonough versus Sheamus
versus
with Finn at ringside. Well, how am I supposed to spell it? It's McDonough. Yeah. People, tell me in the comments if I'm wrong with the spelling.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Yes. Chupa Chups. He's got a big head.
Yes.
Like a lollipop. Anyway, all right. JD won, of course. That was a pretty good match.
It's kind of like those.
And then his head got real big.
It was like some sort of pale fruit. He had a honeydew, I think.
There you go.
didn't know Gushers made a honeydew.
Mm.
J.D. McDonough says otherwise.
Anyway, the final, the match, was that the last match?
I don't think so.
I think that was.
No, maybe it was.
I think what the main event was on Raw was the Women's Tag Team Championships. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair went up against Bayley and Lyra, who they've moved on from the Judgment Day. There's that.
Yeah.
But Bliss and Flair retained, and then the Kabuki Warriors came out to attack them, but it was mostly Charlotte that they attacked.
I feel like this is leading up to the Kabuki Warriors getting the belts.
Yeah, I think so. Because Asuka has been pretty pissed that they were not the ones that got the shot at the tag team belt. So
I feel that they want. I'm not saying the Kabuki Warriors are the closest thing they have to an actual, a professional level tag team. Not two people slapped together, but people like two performers that perform together as a cohesive unit. Like, sure, you could do Bliss and Flair. They do a couple of tag team moves, but again, I don't feel it. That's not there for me. I'm an old. I grew up in the '80s. Whether it's men's or women's tag teams, I don't care which. I just want to see tag teams that operate as a unit. Like I grew up in the golden age of tag teams, where it's like there's Demolition, the Road Warriors, the Midnight Express, the Heart Foundation. I want to see stuff like that where they're actually using tag team maneuvers.
Yeah.
Where like it's just two-person. Even with Bliss and Flair, when they do occasionally do stuff like that, it still feels like comes off as two solo performers being splashed together and the tag belts being used as a prop for two individuals rather than a tag team.
Yeah, to push a storyline. I mean, Judgment Day, Raquel and Roxanne are pretty good. But again, it was just two people who stuck. But, they've meshed pretty well, actually, I think.
But for most others that are in a quote-unquote women's tag team, it's far and few in between.
Just stick them together, yeah. All right, so that was the week in wrestling. So we're going to talk about Saturday night's main event. Coming up this Saturday, that maybe at 7 o'clock or maybe at 8.
I want to start with the IC Titty.
What the fuck is that? What did I write?
It's the IC Titty. I want to know more about this.
It's the IC title. I just have screwy handwriting sometimes. I was trying to rush.
Okay.
All right. Dom versus Rusev. Even though it kind of ended in a DQ, didn't it?
I feel like it's going to be Dom.
I don't know. They might take the titles off of Dom.
Yeah.
Well, that title off of Dom to work on breaking up the Judgment Day. I'm gonna go with Rusev. What the hell? I don't know.
I feel like Dom's gonna be champion until at least Survivor Series.
All right. Then the women's title, Tiffany versus Jade.
As much as I don't want it to happen, I feel Jade's gonna win this.
That's what I'm thinking too. I think. Yeah, with her
Dan Noakes has spoken. So.
Dan from the Evil Mirror universe.
Yes. I love hippies and Funko Pops.
Uh-oh. Dan's a pod person.
Make America great again. Even the Catholic AMA.
Yeah, chat's judging. All right, the heavyweight title. It looks like I said putts.
You probably meant it that way. But I think
Punk versus Jay Uso.
For the IC Titty.
Then you write it down next time. No, I have great penmanship.
No, I never said mine has great penmanship.
He doesn't have good penmanship.
I have terrible penmanship, but my penmanship isn't as funny as what you wrote down.
That's true. It's just squiggles. You can't read it. It looks like a dog. You should have been a doctor.
Yeah, CM Butts is going to go for the IC Titty.
No, he's going to go for the heavyweight titty.
Oh, shit.
He's got some heavyweight titties.
He can't handle the heavyweight titties. He's going to go for the IC Titty first.
All right. Punk versus Jey Uso.
Okay, alright. They done fucking
My hair
box.
stuck in my
They done
nose.
Meowie Halloween.
I think we might have to do a live stream of that.
Yeah. Anyway, back to
Anyway,
let's get through this.
yeah, Punk versus Jey Uso for the heavyweight title. I think we're gonna give it to Punk.
I think we're gonna give it to Jay.
All right. I don't know. Honestly, like it's a pretty. There might be another match on coming from SmackDown tonight. We don't know, but as of now, it's a pretty tight bill, which is not unusual for Saturday night's main event. But a lot of these, honestly, I don't know. I don't know how to choose them. I'm
but the
having
heavyweight
trouble.
title, the more likely thing that's gonna happen is Jay's gonna go full heel and defeat Punk. The less likely thing
It
is
actually does seem like they've been leading up to that. Jay going heel, like he's been having some kerfuffles with his brother, and kind of, yeah, like it feels like that's kind of the direction they're pushing him a little
The
bit.
second scenario, most likely scenario, is going to be Jimmy tries to do something that while Jay and Punk are wrestling, and it costs Jay the match, and that's what causes Jay to go full heel.
In which case, they'll probably do a Jimmy versus Jay again. Honestly,
I'm done with it. Why would you do it again? It was like literally regarded as like one of the worst feuds of that particular year when they one of the worst WrestleMania matches I think it was of the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
But,
it's like that scene in Arrested Development where George and Oscar are trying to fight each other, but they're identical twins, so they keep doing the same moves.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that remembers Arrested Development, don't I? Anyway.
No, I remember it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm older than you are.
Yes, you are. All right, and then for the undisputed title, Cody versus Drew. You know, I like the last time. I would like to see Drew get it, so I'm going to put Drew down because whatever. I don't know. There's no storyline here, and I have no idea how to predict it.
I'm going with Cody.
It's probably going to stand.
I'm gonna go safe and go Cody. Like as much as I'd like to see Drew, I think there's not a 0 chance that Drew will win it. But I feel like the storyline is so forced. And with nothing going on, I'm tired of Cody getting all the pushes and not me. I'm like, fine.
I don't know, man.
I feel like such a great
really hard to call.
Such a great utility player is being booked poorly. And Drew McIntyre.
Plus, he and his wife dressed up as Gomez and Morticia, and they looked amazing because, to quote Drew McIntyre, his wife is hot. Yeah. She made a gorgeous Morticia. So, but I'm good, guys.
I feel like ever since Cody got the championship, especially for the second
run, definitely
it's been mediocre.
Like, it has kind of been mediocre.
And I feel like this could be. I don't know how it's going to proceed for him leading into like Royal Rumble and WrestleMania.
I mean, we can also maybe just say that, like,
shows up,
oh yeah, he hasn't shown up, has he? He's been gone a while. I thought he just took a hint, but maybe he'll show back up. But I mean, I think it's like Saturday night's main event. They're just like, there might just be not any storylines moving forward from here. It might just be status quo.
Yeah,
because they kind of do that sometimes, and it sucks. Like WrestlePalooza, that was a mess. Yeah. Nothing moved forward. It was just a stagnant, look at the shit we can do, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. With this card, it kind of feels very similar.
Yeah.
I'd like to see another women's match get on there, honestly. Not if it involves Lyra, Valkyria, and Bayley, though. Yeah. Not that. But
the fact that you have one of your top people and Rhea Ripley's not involved at all.
Come on, guys.
It's rather disappointing. But yeah, we'll see. I think that concludes everything that we wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Matilda Mahan says you must subscribe. Are Is they subscribers? Yeah. Follow us on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube, or I'll eat your face. I hope D Booer's proud of me if she sees
Happy
this.
the Rusev Day.
All right, yeah, we're gonna.
Look, I have this cat.
It's kitten. I'm eating kitten. Ah! Sorry, chat. We love you, buddy.
Now he wants it.
Now he's gone.
He wants extra meats now.
All right, but that's about it. We'll see you guys at some point. I don't know.
Yes, they'll be gone by then.
I might show up on the show dressed as Matilda the Hun again because it's fun.
Somewhere in the future.
I like doing the voice because she's one of my favorite wrestlers. D Booer. The top is always China, and then the number 2 is Matilda the Hun or D Booer, and number 3 is Mountain Fiji because I'm a big ass Glow fan for a long time. Original Glow was the shit.
Tony Storm and Rhea Ripley.
I don't know. I mean, definitely. Well, let's see. Drew's in the top 5. Rhea's. I don't know because it's like the only male wrestler in my top like 4 or 5 favorite wrestlers actually is Drew McIntyre and probably Bret Hart, and then the rest of them are just like on number 5 is just like what like Rhea and pretty much all of the best women that are wrestling these days. They're all number 5 because this is like the golden age of women's wrestling, quite frankly. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're going to go because I'm hungry and we have tiny little monsters coming for candy and comic books.
Sometime in
Check out the Teal Pumpkin Project. I've been doing it for years. It's Food Allergy Research and Education, I think, FARE. They do, just a quick shout out, they do the Teal Pumpkin Project every year for kids who can't have candy. They encourage putting out other things, toys. We always put out toys, activities, glow sticks. This year we have comics. So check them out at fare.org, I think it is. There's a map for all the projects for the Teal Pumpkin Project. And have a happy Halloween, guys.
Happy Rusev Day, y'all.